All right, happy January 8th. Today on Gatekeeper Media's New Year's resolutions, we're going to be talking about obstructed putts. As I'm sure you can tell, this is a really messy green. There's stuff all around the basket within only a few feet of it. But that means that depending on where you land, you might not be able to lob in your default putting style. So, let's put ourselves in positions that make us do something weird and then test the different limits of our putts. From this spot, I'm about 30 feet out. My natural putt would be a slight hyzer that dives in from high to low and right to left. But that is pretty clearly framed up poorly. So I'm gonna have to really test the right side of this gap with a spin putt. I think I was a little afraid on that first putt of going too high. The second two were a little better, but I can still get closer to the obstacles. I don't really care today about how many putts I make. I care about whether I can conceptualize a certain flight path or a boundary of where I want my putt to get to and try to make my actual putt match what I'm visualizing in my head. From this spot, I have a branch that goes directly across the basket at just about the vertical location I would like to be coming in. So I'm going to have to adjust my normal putt to be more nose down. I want my action to be very vertical as it's passing over that and diving into the basket. Barry Schultz has this concept talking about rings, where he's visualizing an intermediate location that he wants the disc to fly through. We kind of talked about this a couple days ago when we were thinking about where we want a disc to break in flight in the field. This is just adapting that to the putting green. So let's try with this branch in the way to get my action very straight on the basket but vertical at the end. There's not a lot of spin on those. They're pretty much just flying and being a projectile. Works out. Let's try another spot. From this spot, there's a tree directly in line with the basket. And let's say for effect that I can't straddle out and do a hyzer putt. I'm gonna force an anhyzer here. And what I'm gonna focus on this set is really hitting an anhyzer angle out of my hand and ensuring that the disc is still on that angle when it gets to the basket, rather than flexing out. This entire drill is not so much about making putts as it is matching your vision of what the disc is going to do with what you make it do in flight. That is how you win this game.